Today I'm going to be reading Who Cares Charlie Brown by Charles Schulz. It's the biggest game of the season. Last year, Charlie Brown's team lost against Peppermint Patty's team 112-0. This year, things were going to be different. They just couldn't lose by that much again. Come on, team, Charlie Brown said. It's game time. Charlie Brown was the team manager, and it was his job to get the field ready. Snoopy, chalk the field. Woodstock, dust the bases. Sally, fill the water buckets. Sally picked up the big bucket and headed to the water fountain, way on the other side of the field. There must be a law against bossing little sisters around so much, Sally complained to Franklin. Who knows? Maybe there is. Franklin slurped a big drink of water. They made a law so we could share the same water fountain. Huh? What was Franklin talking about? Franklin explained that things were different when his grandfather was a boy. Black people were not allowed to drink from the same water fountains as white people. They couldn't eat at the same restaurants or even sit in the front seat of buses. But that's ridiculous, Sally exclaimed. Why should the outside matter? It's the inside that counts. Franklin agreed. That's what Martin Luther King Jr. said. He dreamed of the day when his children would be judged by their character, not by the color of their skin. I have a dream too, Sally confided with a playful wink. I dreamed that our team beats your team today. Sally's dream didn't exactly come true, but it wasn't the complete nightmare Charlie Brown had feared. Peppermint Patty's team was only up by 59 at the bottom of the 9th inning. Things were looking up. Schroeder was on first base, Sally was on second, there was still one count left, and Linus was up to bat. Linus made 2 strikes before wham! He nearly knocked the ball out of the park. Run, Linus, run! His team cheered. Linus ran to first base. Schroeder moved up to second. Charlie Brown was cheering Sally on to third base when the ball whizzed by his head. Whoomp. Startled, he jumped back and got tangled in his shoelaces, and thump! Sally was safe. Charlie Brown was out. Charlie Brown, are you okay? Linus put his blanket under Charlie Brown's head. Who do you think you are? Lucy snapped. Clara Barton? Would that be so bad? Linus asked his big sister. After all, Clara Barton is famous for starting the American Red Cross in 1881. Yeah, Lucy answered. And we'll still be here playing this baseball game in 2081 if we don't get going. Charlie Brown sat up, and for once he agreed with Lucy. The bases were loaded, and they still had one out. Who's up next? Oh no! Lucy, the very worst player on the team, was up to bat. Peppermint Patty threw the first pitch, strike 1. The next pitch was a curveball and caught Lucy by surprise, strike 2. She might not be the best baseball player, but Lucy wanted her team to win too. Lucy dug in her heels and gripped the bat tighter. Peppermint Patty sent the ball sailing right over home plate. Lucy swung as hard as she could, and rats. Lucy was out, and the game was over. Final score, Peppermint Patty's team 59, Charlie Brown's team 0. Zip. Nada. Good grief, Charlie Brown slumped to the ground in disappointment. But Sally had exciting news to share. Bases loaded. Did you see me run all the way to third base? Didn't Sally get it? They had lost again. He had to be the worst team manager of the worst team ever. Who cares, Charlie Brown muttered with a miserable sigh. All Charlie Brown wanted to do was sit under a tree and mope, but then Marcy ran up with her new camera. "What a game, Charlie Brown! Great teamwork," she exclaimed. "Good thing my trusty camera didn't miss a thing." Marcy showed Charlie Brown a shot of Woodstock and Snoopy preparing the field, and a shot of Franklin helping Sally carry the heavy water bucket. There he was flat on the ground. But look, Peppermint Patty and Linus came to his rescue. "Look at this one." Marcy showed him a picture of the last play of the game. Lucy was inches away from a grand slam. Marcy and her camera had seen a much different game than Charlie Brown had seen. "It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game." "This is just like my favorite photographer, Lewis Hine," Marcy said. "He changed history by telling important stories with his pictures, and now so have I." Just then, Peppermint Patty called out, "Root beer floats, here we come." Did someone say root beer floats? Charlie Brown might not know much about Lewis Hine yet, but root beer floats, that was another story. "Hey, wait for me." Up ahead, Charlie Brown's friends were discussing who to pick for most valuable player. "I vote for me," Lucy suggested. "I vote that we let the boys decide," Schroeder said. He was only kidding, but the girls were not laughing. "Guess again, Mozart," Peppermint Patty said. "Susan B. Anthony worked too hard to win voting rights for women. We aren't about to give them up now." It was a good thing that Linus had another idea. By the time Charlie Brown got his friends, he had made a decision. "We're ready to announce the most valuable player," Linus said. "That honor usually goes to the player who played the best game, but this time it was going to the most caring player. And the winner is Charlie Brown." Charlie Brown was so surprised that he almost spilled his root beer float. "I'm not the only one who cares," he said. "We all care." The end.